With that said, let me welcome you to A Man is Talking. So shut up and listen.
I think I'm gonna exit this video right now because
look, that's what it's called. And again, I normally don't give disclaimers, but I'm gonna give you a disclaimer about the name. A lot of y'all think men always got all the answers. A lot of men don't say what they feel. They never feel like they heard. So guess what? This is all for all the men out there. A man is talking. You're gonna hear two men get a chance to express themselves fully without being interrupted and saying, I know what you really mean. We gonna tell you what we really mean.
don't you hate that somebody trying to tell you what the hell you really mean? I know what I mean.
No, in the middle of you talking, look, I want you to no, but what you really mean is I ain't even get a chance to say what I really mean. No, but see, I know where you was going. I don't know where I was going, so it's shocking that you know. So that's why this is called A Man is Talking. I never said the title in all the other videos. I was waiting and waiting, but now I'm letting it ride. The title, you can see it on the playlist. It's called A Man is Talking. All right? It's not to denounce anybody else. It's just saying sometimes we just don't feel heard. So in this, you're going to hear men speak, and they going to feel heard. With that said, I'm Big Keison, a.k.a. the Bearded Gentleman, a.k.a. you already know. And I'm going to leave it at that. That right there is Tim 2.0. Also, Tim 2.0.
Right there, like I'm a that.
Also,
what does that mean? That right there. What is that?
Also, Tim 2.0 review.
Please damn, you know, tell how you really feel, huh?
Please make sure you follow that man on YouTube. That man is,
real insightful. He's doing way too damn much
that already. Man is really insightful, really fun.
Okay, David Ruffin.
David Ruffin. Wow, you know what? I'm going to let you introduce today's topic.
I know, you go ahead. This is the first time you ever going to introduce it, so go ahead.
No, brother.
Let's go.
No. I'm going to let you bring it in. You feel comfortable doing it.
No, hell no. That right there. No.
Well, I was pointing because you're the box. You were the small box.
You know, people looking like, damn, he a whole thing.
Plus, I done sort of forgot the topic, so I'm trying to be nice.
No, you go ahead, man.
I done sort of forgot the topic, so.
Okay, so Keison said, when is the right time to hit a woman?
That is, don't you dare put that out there. All right, no, I remember what it is. I remember now you talking all that crap. All right, today's topic is open marriages. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So let's give a little background before we dive into the deep end. All right, everyone, they was talking. You know, we done did 2 videos about entanglement, and we all think we know that Will and Jada have an open marriage. So we ain't gonna go deep into Will and Jada. We got 2 videos, Entanglement 1 and Entanglement 2, if you want to know what we think about the entanglement aspect. But I had a post on my Facebook, and it was talking about a man who really wanted an open marriage. You know, he just felt that he just needed it. Now his wife wasn't down. No, babe, we good. She was not down. But he persisted and persisted. And his wife said, okay, you know what? Let's try it. They came up with parameters and days. You know, you go and do your days these days, so I don't walk in and hear nothing. You go do your days and do all that. And the man thought that he had a whole fan base that he didn't. He was building relationships in his head. And he went out there and it didn't work. But oh, you know who it worked for? It worked for his wife. Oh, she didn't have one. She had a plethora of men and gentlemanly callers for her services. So, with that, Uncle Tim, what do you feel about open marriage?
You know, I'm going to just be honest with you. I think his ass opened up a whole can of worms. He opened a Pandora box. Now he's sitting there that can't close because he was feeling emotional. Afterwards, he was like, you know, how do I get my wife back? You know, okay, so with the pandemic hitting, you know, 2 months had went past and they couldn't go out. And she was like, hey, after this is over, we should go ahead and get them 2 months back. Because, she got gentlemanly callers and she's sending pics of herself. Now, when you have an open marriage, it's not you out there having fun. You out there just having sex and coming home. And I'm going to be honest. It ain't what a lot of people think it is. You out there having a good time. Y'all dancing and partying. Oh, y'all just having sex. When a guy know that's all he's going to get, oh, he good with that. He ain't trying to marry you or nothing. He just bamming. I don't know. I'm going to say it just like this. Me as a person, I'm a jealous person. Dude, I couldn't see nobody touch my woman, filling up my woman, or anything like that. And if they have, you're not my woman.
Okay. All right, I'm going to come at it different. Do I think open marriages are bad? For me, it's not my cup of tea. Do I think they're bad? No. And here's why I don't think they're bad. I think in a lot of relationships, people get to a certain point where they done tried everything that they feel that they can try in their relationship. They don't want to leave who they with, but some people feel like they're missing experiences. Now, I think for the guy, if the wife would have had the same experience as the guy and they both had those experiences, I think this would have been squashed and we wouldn't even read about it. He went out there because he had all this, this woman really want me and, I'm being held back. He went out there. It wasn't that. It's a cold, cruel world and it will chew you up and spit you out. And that's what it did to him. He didn't think that she would have any callers. By her having callers, he's like, wait a minute. I wasn't expecting to share. I thought I was going to get, what I wanted to get. You might dabble, but I was definitely going to get what I wanted to get. Didn't work out like that, bro. But sometimes, and the reason why I say I'm okay with it, because guess what? That was a reality check for that brother. It's either a reality check that your marriage need to be more about your wife and what y'all got going on, or it's time for you to, what might I say, move on. Because you planted the seeds for your own demise.
Well, you know what? With the right amount of divorce, he'll be all right. You can't save that. That's done.
Nah, you can say that.
You do. Put it like this. You set the seeds out there. You haven't got no tail. I mean, she out there 20, 30 guys deep already. Dude.
But again, I mean, in it, they described that, hey, they discuss certain things. So I guess certain things don't get beyond, I guess, just a physical point. Now, granted, I personally feel that when you share your physical essence with somebody, they got a piece. They got a piece of you. But in that sense, he opened the door. So to me, he should go and close it, understanding that we didn't have to leave each other to go have that experience. We had it. Let's close that door and be done. Now, if his wife, and it's really going to come down to his wife, she's going to come back and say, you opened that door, I'm going to do what I want to do. Or, you're right, you know what? I had that experience and I'm done. I didn't want to have it. You forced me to have it because guess what? Guess what, Uncle Tim? Nobody want to talk about this. If he would have got what he wanted, he'd have been talking about all type of extensions. No, it's a extension cord over here. You got to plug this up over here. No, but it ain't working right. But then, no, but you got to plug the PlayStation into it. And to make it work, no, it just didn't work out for him. So guess what? You got to take them lumps because you opened that up. You opened her up to that. So you got to take that on your heart. And you got to figure that out and work it out, bro. Because they didn't want to get divorced. That's why they did it. So there's love there. But his mind was wandering.
You know what? They got stagnant. And what happened was...
He got stagnant.
Well, they both got stagnant. They both got bored. Because it lets you know by her going out there and doing what she's doing, she was missing something too. But he opened the door to that. My thing was, okay, all of these experiences that she's experiencing, he could have been the one presenting them to her with himself. But what I think messed up in this situation, and I think like every other situation, you said it's up to him to close that door. You can't close the door that you open and that the other person don't want to close.
I don't know if she don't want to close it.
Well, you read about it when you got all the way down, because I read it twice. When you read all the way down to the bottom, it basically said she wanted to extend because the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. Now she's wanting the extension, and he's talking about how could he fix this, dude.
Give her the extension, brother. You got to give the extension, and then you got to see where the cards lay. Story time. I'm gonna give you an unrelated story, so to relate it. I was working at a job, and I wasn't thinking about leaving. I was happy at the job, made good money, but the person I reported to, she went and applied for another job, and she thought she had the job. They told her she had it, and she was, oh, I'm getting ready to move and do all that, and I was like, oh, I ain't staying here. I don't like these people like that. So I started looking for a job, and then she came back and was like, oh, it was a mistake, and they really wanted me, but they ended up going with somebody else, and she stayed in the job. Well, within a month or so later, I was gone. I was like, look, you opened that door. I had to start looking too. And she was like, man, I ain't want to, but you opened that door. You can't be mad when you opened the door. If you'd have never brought up leaving, I would have never started looking.
Dude, I'm going to say something. You just said something. You said if a person never talked about leaving, you would have never talked about, you would have never looked. That's just like any relationship as far as marriages and divorces. Sometimes when people feel themselves, and I mean they in themselves, they feeling it. They look exactly the way they want to look. They dress in the way they want to look. You want to go out there and experience some stuff. You get out there. But you keep forgetting that the other person, they were like, okay, I was happy with where I was at and I'm good. But once you open that door and you let people see out there, people paying rent, oh, people paying utilities, oh, wait, hold on. People doing, man, I relate this anywhere it go. But I'm going to tell you this. Out here, a lot of people rarely ever see the true thing.
Well,
Wait, but before we do anything, I think we should start this one over.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good,
Well.
Well, I mean, look, we can change the angle of it. Again, it just makes an extended video. But for me, I'm looking at it like a buffet, Uncle Tim. You like you like the food that your wife cooked. I look at your face when you be eating. You be like, she put her fingers in it. But guess what? You go to a buffet. The food at the buffet is good. You try a few things, but guess what? You're like, I'm done. I'm come back home and I'm gonna eat the food that my wife gave. Now, again, that's about food and food alone. But I'm relating it to this to say she tried a couple other things. To say in my life, I didn't just have this one thing. I tried a few things. She liked it. But I think it's going to get to a point for her where she's going to say, you know what? I like what I got at home. Or, like you said, you know what? Maybe I don't like steak like that no more.
Well, just like a lot of guys had said on the actual post, they said, well, how long is it going to take for her to get tired of what she's doing now? Mm-hmm. Because, again, you're running into people that you having hookups with, but you're being dogged by them too. I understand it's just, a physical thing, but after a while, you understand what's really going on out here. They understand that you married. You may get a couple of guys to say, leave your husband, come with me, and you looking like you ain't got a job, nowhere to live, nothing.
But again, Uncle Tim, I think we're projecting that she's messing with bums. Because again, usually people mess with who's around them. So in this instance, I'm going to take in this whole atmosphere that they're messing with people on their same levels of whatever that means. So if she's messing with somebody who might, like you said, she didn't know that they pay this part of the rent. She didn't know people be like, oh, you know what, you want to go out? Let's go out and have a good time. Let's go to a club and just enjoy ourselves. Well, my husband ain't never like going to clubs. Maybe, like you said, she done met the upgrade, and maybe he ain't understood that she done met the upgrade yet.
But I think you're missing one big point in this. It's an upgrade while you still married.
For
You
some people,
divorce
it
her,
is.
let's say it's still an upgrade.
For some people, it is. For some people, it isn't. I'm assuming. Again, I'm making an assumption, and again, we all know about assumptions. She didn't just leave for a piece of tail. She left because it was somebody that she was feeling. In my case and in my history, normally a woman, somebody, they might be feeling somebody. A guy will leave for a piece of ass. Let's just be honest. He'll
A
leave for a
woman
piece of
will
ass.
too.
A woman will leave for a piece of ass, but normally a woman is, a guy has started to lay a few little breadcrumbs. I was talking to my wife. We were talking about. Uh, um, I did a video about cheating, and I said, you know what? Some with a lot of women that I've known and talked to, they would say a guy started leaving breadcrumbs. You be girl. My husband didn't. He never give me flowers. A flower just appear on her desk. He,
Oh yeah, we talked about
yeah,
this.
yeah, we talked about it. So again, you see it, and again, that's a breadcrumb. Now, again, a good woman to be, man, don't be giving me flowers. My husband, what's wrong with you? But
But
that
if
woman
you let
who
out there that you wasn't getting all this stuff, you telling them everything that you haven't told your damn husband.
mm-hmm.
If you want the stuff from your husband, tell him.
Uncle Tim, don't talk about communication. You know we not talking about communication right
How
now.
do he supposed to know? You tell another guy, but you don't tell the guy you with.
Uncle Tim,
That's like as dumb as anything ever.
stop. You stop this about communication in a relationship. What's wrong with you? Okay, that's not what this is about.
Dude, this is why people end up the way they end up. And I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. People end up the way they end up because they actually overvalue their worth.
Ooh.
I said just like this, male, female, everybody who get out here and do some of this stuff, they overvalue their worth. Just like the guy in this scenario, just like the woman. Again, you say he can go close that door. You cannot close the door that's open already. You opened it, but you can't close it. She's feeling herself. She's enjoying herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best move that you can do is learn from your lesson and walk the hell away from it. You can pay child support for your child. But see, once you open that door, how you don't know that she's out there doing this because she's still missing.
Well, the reason why I said you can close the door because it wasn't hidden. This wasn't something that she did behind his back or he did behind her back. This was brought to the open. They discussed it. They had parameters. That's why I said the door can be closed. If it was them sneaking behind each other back, I would 100% agree with you. But they sat down, created parameters, said, okay, you got to let me know. These are days I got to be gone. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. And so I was like, okay.
Not that I can be gone, days that you can leave, go do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he said she wasn't coming home. She was coming home 12 the next day. She wasn't coming home.
Mm-hmm.
She had started feeling herself. And this is why I say, at this particular point in time, he cannot close that door because she had started going past the parameters.
But the reason why I said I think the door still can be closed is because she's asking for the 2 months. Now, after the 2 months, if there's anything after that, then yeah, I think like you said, you got to walk away. But if she's saying, hey, I need these 2 months to get all this stuff straight, no offense, you brought it open. You can't be mad at me for asking for an extension on a situation you brought to me. I was reluctant. Remember this. I told you no. You persisted. So again, I asked for the extension. And if she gets the extension based off COVID, as we were reading, after that, if she's like, well, I need another extension, then yeah, you got to move on. But if she's trying to get it out of her system, again, you, just like you manned up and, you were persistent in her getting it, you got to man up and, hey, let that 2 months ride out, then see if you can close that door. Again, this ain't about somebody who cheated on each other. They're not cheating on each other. This is an open marriage situation that they agreed.
I think I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna go from another angle with this. She could have been cheating on, but see, with you bringing this out, now you give me free reign to cheat. My whole thing, just because she was reluctant don't mean that she wasn't doing anything. You know, sometimes you do things to save face. Now she be, no, baby, I ain't feeling that. Baby, no. You know, then all of a sudden, hey, I'm gonna give you what you asked for because I feel if you get this out your system, you'll be okay. No. Yeah, she found, you know, in some of these cases, and I'm gonna say this. Now that she's out, oh man, this one. Hey, I gotta go, man.
All right, we're gonna end this one right here. We'll do a part 2 another time. All right.